Good morning, students. Welcome to the English class. Today's date is 6th November 2020. As you know, we have started the first lesson, or you can say the last lesson from the part 1 book, that is the lesson number 8, I Am the King. So we have already did the reading of the lesson, and then we have discussed new words with their meanings. So today we are going to do a quick recap of the new words with their meanings, and then I am going to explain the lesson to you. So the first thing that we are going to learn is the learning outcome. So from today's lesson, you will be able to read the lesson with correct pronunciation and intonation. Intonation means the way we are going to read the lesson. I mean the high voice and the low voice. The modulation. Whenever it is necessary, we are going to stress the words, and whenever it is not necessary, it will be a soft one. So that is called the intonation. So let's do the recap now. So we have got few new words in our previous class. So the first one was graze. Graze means when animals eat grass or other plants. Ghost, a dead person who comes back to the living world. Then we have got weak. Weak is the opposite of strong. That means not strong. Strong means to be healthy, while weak is not healthy or unhealthy. Peace. Peace when there is no war or fighting. And then the last one is realizes. That means to understand. So these are some of the words that we have got. I hope you have memorized these words. Now let us come to the explanation of I Am the King. So this story is about a boy and King Ashoka. So this is a kind of imagination world. So let us start the story. So Chand, the main character of the story is Chand. So Chand is a boy who goes to graze his sheep in the field in the morning. It was a very beautiful morning, and he always takes his sheep to graze in the field. Now when he was grazing his sheep in the field, obviously there was nobody except Chand and his sheep. And suddenly he hears a voice, "Can you help me?" And he was surprised because in that field there was nobody else other than him and the sheep. Then from where this voice came, he was surprised, and then he looked around. And to his great surprise, he saw a man with a crown on his head. And Chand recognized this particular man. And who was he? He was King Ashoka. And Chand asked him that whether he was King Ashoka. And King Ashoka also replied that yes, I am King Ashoka. But King Ashoka also got surprised, like, how did you recognize me? Then Chand said that yes, because everybody knows you. But the thing is, you have died so many years ago. Then how am I able to see you? I mean, are you alive? Because you are already dead. Then King Ashoka tells Chand that I am not a living being. I am a ghost, means a dead person. But I am visiting the earth as a ghost, as a dead person. Now, and also King Ashoka tells Chand not to be scared of him, because whenever we hear about ghosts, we feel scared, right? We don't feel like talking with a ghost because they are very horrible, and we don't know what they can do, right? So the King Ashoka assures Chand that don't be scared. Though I am a ghost and I am visiting the earth, but don't be scared of me. The king asked Chand to show him the way to the forest, and Chand also agrees. Now, when Chand and King Ashoka goes to the forest, takes King Ashoka to the forest. King Ashoka tells him many stories about his life because King Ashoka has experienced a lot of things throughout his life, and he also tells Chand how he has saved himself from a lion. Okay, with just a wooden rod, how he has saved himself from a lion. Then Chand was he was amazed how King Ashoka, he has saved himself from a lion. He thought, oh my god, how brave this man was, right? And he has shared his feelings, his emotions with King Ashoka that you must have been a very brave and strong man at that time, right? Then because you have saved yourself from the lion, but and also he wished that how much I wish I could be like you. But King Ashoka says that when he was young, he also used to think that whoever wins a fight is a brave one. Okay, but later on in his life, he learned that this is not the true. This is not the true means brave people do not fight actually, because which category of the people fight? The weak ones. The weak people fight wars, because now King Ashoka explains to Chand that weak people fight wars while the brave people or the strong people, they love to live in peace and harmony. So then he explains him that we cannot feel happy by hurting others, but we can win and feel happy only by loving others. So I stopped fighting wars. Then, being a king, Ashoka had to go for wars. And while he was on the wars, he saw many dead bodies, the people fighting for each other. Why? Only for a kingdom, only to win, only for the victory. But what happens there? The people died, they lost their lives, right? Then King Ashoka didn't feel good at all. That's why he later on thought that why we are fighting for what we are fighting. He thought that, and he realized that no, we are doing wrong, because by hurting these people, even I am not feeling good, I am feeling guilty because I have killed those persons, I have hurt these persons. So therefore I will not fight wars from now on, and I will be a king who will win the people by with his love and peace. Okay, so this is how King Ashoka realizes his strong motive. Okay, now and also he shares his experience with Chand. Now Chand thinks about it, right? And then he also when he thinks deep, he realizes that yes, the king is correct, and he also agrees that he will always feel bad after fight. Agrees that he always feels bad after fighting, and even if he wins, even if we fight with our brothers and sisters, we win also, but we have that guilty feel that oh, I have hurt my brother or sister, right? So this is how it happens. So suddenly Chand wakes up and realizes that it was a dream, but he promises himself that he will not fight, he will become a real king. Real king means he will not hurt any people, but he will try to give love, he will try to live in harmony with all the people. So this is one of the very beautiful message that this lesson has given to us, that fighting wars or fighting or hurting others, it doesn't give us anything. There is nothing that we can get, only win. But though we can win the situation, but it actually feels, it actually make us feel guilty or sad. Therefore the last thing that we can do is to live in peace and harmony. So that is it, the main motive of the lesson. I hope you have understood. Go through the lesson well, read it properly with correct pronunciation and intonation, and also check on the punctuation marks. Next, I have few questions for you as a classwork. So here, as you can see, the first question is make sentences. Now you have to make sentences with grace, week, peace, ghost and realizes. As soon as you get these words, write it down on your copies. Try to make a very good sentences and then send it to the Google Classroom. This is your classwork and you have time till today's evening. So you have 1 day. So you try to write down the sentences and send it to me as soon as possible by evening. So this is your classwork and do it as soon as possible. Then we have one more question. If you can see here, can you hear me? Chand hears a voice. He looks around. He is surprised to see a man with a crown on his head. Now this is a statement. The question is A. Who is the man with a crown on his head? So you have to find out the answer after reading the lesson. And number B. Where was Chand when he hears the voice? So these two are the questions from this statement. So you have to do it. Try to find out the answer. We are going to discuss this in the live class, in my next live class. Now let us move towards the end of the chapter. So today we have discussed the lesson, the explanation of the lesson, and also 2 extra questions I have given to you. The first one is the make sentence, which you have to do as a classwork, as well as the second one. So but make sentence you have to submit it to me in the Google Classroom by today itself. And the next question, which was a statement with the questions, that I am going to discuss in the live class, in my next live class. I hope you have understood the lesson well. Please read the lesson thoroughly, as lots of questions will be coming from inside the lesson. And don't follow the questions from the book. Though it is necessary, but try to learn the answers, but don't follow the questions, because questions are going to be twisted. So this is it for today. Thank you.